Hot take. Loki would take a pair of Jordan 1 lows over highs. Let me know how you feel
Gives you
about
the
that.
opportunity.
In this video, we got the top April sneaker releases, and we got some Jordan drops, we got some Nike drops, and even more. And this is going to be a little cop or pass series by Carlos Vega 101. With that being said, he is very well known in the sneaker community. So with that being said, this is a second video I reacted to him about these sneaker release videos. But with that being said, I believe I reacted in March. So now we're going to go ahead and react to April. You guys, I'm excited to see what April has in store. I know we got a lot of great J's coming in store. We got other great Nikes and a lot of great drops. With that being said, y'all stay tuned and watch the video throughout. And actually, y'all watch this video throughout with me and let me know which ones you actually cop or pass. But with that being said, let's go ahead and see what Carlos Vega has for us in this video.
April. I'm gonna start it off with
and I just love his overall
first,
style. I love his overall just recording setup.
The sneaker
it
brands.
is
Now
super
keep in
dope.
mind, this is not every single release for the month of April. These are just the most anticipated ones in my opinion, of course. So
see, this is why I like his videos for sure, because it's not just a bunch of different sneaker releases. You guys know how they have like those random pages with just like sneaker releases. It's not only just sneaker releases, but it's also him talking about the sneaker releases he believes is the best. With that being said, that should be a pretty good video. Wait for a treat, no cap. So now we're starting with the April Jordan releases.
Alright, so the first Jordan release that I want to talk about is the Jordan 1 Rare Air Deep Royal Blue, set to be releasing on April 5th.
I ain't gonna lie.
$180.
I'm not really a Jordan 1 fan. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know what it is about Jordan 1s. I know a lot of people love Jordan 1s, but for me, I'm just not really a Jordan 1 fan. I just know what it is. And fun fact, I've actually never owned a pair of Jordan 1s. So maybe that may be a thing. But yeah, low-key that may be a reason why.
I'm not really feeling 100%. I feel like 50-50 about them. And the reason for that being is that white panel.
They low-key a pass for me.
Kind of throws it off.
And like even when you look at it, I hope you guys can kind of see. I'm moving mouse cursor a little bit, but it's kind of like there's like a gray and a white, and then you got like a little red, and like at the Nike side right here, it has like different type of color scheme. I don't know. I guess it's a little too out there for me. I'm real simple. I'm real simplistic, and I like things that have like just a couple of different colors, not that many different colors.
It looks a little ugly in my opinion. Now,
yeah,
it's pretty
for
cool
real.
It does say Nike Air instead of the traditional Air Jordan, but for me, it's just the color blocking. It's a little bit off. If I'm gonna go for something like this that is supposed to be deep royal blue,
Red Air, that's kind of hard.
Go for a midnight navy Jordan 1 because I think that looks better and it's
that was hard
blocking
for sure. And then I feel like me and him kind of resonate with style because as you can see right here with this sneaker right here, it kind of has like a simple color blocking, as he was saying. Like it's just two colors, real simple, real easy to put on. It has three colors actually with the black, but real easy to put on. And yeah, it just makes things way easier when it comes to the fit.
And the little raw leather in the swoosh right there, it does look pretty good. But for me specifically, I'm not really feeling them 100%, as I mentioned. So for those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a pass. The next release that I want to talk about is the Jordan 1 Cinnabar, set to be releasing on April 5th for $180. These ones right here are actually.
Now, before you go ahead and says too much, I do want to give my little spiel. These is I'm kind of rocking with them, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. But I'm kind of rocking with these. I'm not gonna lie. Like that fuzzy vibe. I can't tell if there's two different whites, but even there is, I don't know what it is about this sneaker. It kind of gives me like very unique vibes. I haven't personally seen a pair of Jordan 1s that look like this. With that being said, I'm not gonna lie, this just might be a cop for me. This might be a cop for me. The first Jordan 1 cop.
Off-white feel that you get from these right here.
Exactly.
You notice the aged midsole. It is pretty aged. The off-white throughout the whole sneaker. Suede hints in the swoosh and in the collar area. It's a nice little hint. And the red, if you notice, is kind of a faded red as well, which is a nice little touch because again, that's what happens with red as time goes on. Now, the only thing I don't like about these right here is the fact that it has some weird laces, and I would go ahead and change those maybe to some flat sail off-white laces. And
but for me,
it elevate the sneaker.
Oh, he said, or they might just be double lace. Now, it kind of like matches the vibe of like the Nike swoosh. Kind of gives like that fuzzy vibe. I know it's not exactly the same, but
even
it
more,
definitely has like
especially
that
for the
same
spring and in
vibe
the
to it.
summertime. It's gonna look very
I'm rocking with
clean
them, y'all. I
as
can't lie. I'm
well.
rocking
But
with
me, for
these for
example,
sure.
I do have a
Oh, the
lot of
last
white and
ones?
red
Oh yeah,
Jordans and white and red
for
sneakers, and I
sure.
don't feel that I'm gonna get as much wear from these right here. But if you get them, I can definitely understand why. It's definitely a clean sneaker. How many times I'm gonna say definitely, nobody knows. But I'm gonna
No
say this,
cap.
that for me specifically, I'm gonna say that this is a pass. Up
That's
next, we
no, it's
have the
definitely
Jordan
a
1 Low
cop,
Rookie
y'all.
of the Year.
I ain't gonna lie, we gotta break that tiebreaker, y'all. Y'all let me know. Is y'all copping that sneaker or pass it? And I better see
To be
cops, y'all. I ain't
releasing
gonna
on
lie, I better
April
see a bunch
18th
of
for
cops. We got a rookie of the
$140.
year, Jordan
These for
1.
me are kind of like
Yeah, I'm gonna let him
50-50,
speak.
and I
I'm gonna let him
think that
speak. I'm
people
gonna
feel
speak.
the
Not too
same
many
way as
pauses.
well, especially if
But I
you
feel the
have
same way for
the
sure.
highs. Like for
Definitely
me,
kind of
I like
50-50.
these, and even though it's kind of a very underrated sneaker because these kind of came out at the same time as the Jordan 1 Travis Scott's. But either way, those came out and these kind of got slept on and everybody made fun of them, saying that this was the poor man Jordan 1 Travis Scott.
Poor
But
man.
they're clean. You change the laces and
That's
it
funny,
kind of
bro. The
elevates
internet
the
is
sneaker, to be
crazy.
honest with you. And now we have the low version, and to me it's kind of like, why do I need the low version when I have the highs? However,
That
I'm going
makes
to say
sense.
this is a very clean colorway, and the fact that it is a low profile sneaker, it
Hot take. Loki would take a pair of Jordan 1 lows over highs. Let me know how I feel
gives you
about
the
that.
opportunity to rock
Am
them
I
in
wrong
the
for
spring
that? I
and in
don't
the
know, yo.
summertime
I feel like
comfortably
I would
as
Loki
well.
take
And
a
then
pair of
because
Jordan
of the
1s over
wheat color,
highs.
we can definitely wear that in the fall time. It is a clean sneaker, and if you go for them, I can definitely understand that. And if you don't have any, go for the lows for sure. I think that you will get even more wear out of them. But for me specifically, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a pass.
That's a
These
cop.
right here
Cop for me for sure.
got me doing the praying hands like Birdman. I'm talking about the Jordan 5 Grapes, set to be releasing on April 19th for $210.
Oh, the fives, the
Automatic
fives, the
cop. I
fives,
just
the
want to say that
fives.
right
I
off
had
the
a
bat.
friend that
Like, I
loved the
need
fives,
these in
man.
my life.
In
I
high
used to
school, he
have
used to
them back in the
love the
day.
fives.
Back in 2013,
I'm
was
not
the
a
last time
fives
that they
person. I'm not gonna
released.
lie.
It is
Off
a
rip,
very
this is
clean
a
sneaker for
pass.
sure.
I don't know
White
if it's
leather
just the
throughout the whole
build. I don't think
sneaker.
they even look it on my
Purple and
feet, and I
teal
haven't
in
even
the
tried one.
midsole. Icy blue soles, purple and
But the
teal
color
in the
scheme is
tongue
dope. I'm not
area.
gonna lie. Rock with the
Nike
color
branding.
blocking.
This is the first time that they do Nike
Smooth for
branding
sure,
for
for
a
sure.
retro, and it is in that nice teal color. Very clean sneaker for sure. It was made famous, of course, by Will Smith in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, especially
Did not know
in the
that.
first couple of seasons. He was wearing them a lot. Famous by pop culture, and I'm pretty sure OG sneakerheads will love to get their hands on these right here, and I think that they're going to
Them
be a problem as
OGs.
well, just the same way
Them
as the Jordan
originals.
Metallic 5s were. So enter as many raffles as you can. Even if you're a new sneakerhead, I'm pretty sure that you will go for these because they're just perfect for spring and summertime as well, and we're getting them literally in the middle or in the beginning of spring. So very
He's gonna
fire
say
colorway.
cop for
You
sure.
already know the vibes. For me, this is a cop.
First cop
There's
with the
a
video.
lot of
Okay.
Jordan 1s releasing this month, and yeah, so don't kill the messenger. There's just a lot of Jordan 1s, and now I'm talking about the Jordan 1 Low
Make
in
sure
the
we're still
Phantom colorway,
recording.
set to be
For
releasing
sure,
on
for sure,
April
for sure.
26th for $140.
I
Pretty
rock with
clean
these.
sneaker for
100%.
sure. I feel that it looks very good, especially
Yeah.
for right now, the spring, the summertime, and pretty much all year round, because if you notice, it's kind of a nice neutral tone. It kind of looks like a pewter throughout the whole sneaker. That H midsole is a nice touch. Black swoosh, Nike
Very
branding in
simple.
red in
Very
the tongue
versatile.
area.
That's like
Very cool sneaker
key
for
for
sure.
me. If it's
I'm not gonna lie,
versatile,
I
I can
was
wear it
gonna
a lot.
say pass on these,
And it's
but they
clean.
are
It
kind
looks
of
super fire.
growing
This
on
is a
me
cop.
as we're talking about them. And I feel that if you have a decision to make on Jordan 1 Lows, this one is probably the better choice than the Rookie of the Years, because that wheat color is a little bit harder to match. And
No
this
cap. I
being
was
that
gonna
it's
say
more
that
of a
too.
neutral tone, I think it's kind of good all
Oh, I
year
look, he
round.
spoiled it.
So
Hopefully y'all didn't see that.
I was gonna say pass, but I think that I can get a lot of wear out of them all year round. So because of those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a cop. Depending on which releases you like better, whether it's this one or the Jordan 5 Grapes, you might think that these right here are the best ones for the month of April. And I'm talking about the Jordan 11 Bred Lows, set to be releasing on April 26th for
I should have known. I should have known something.
$190. The Jordan 11 Breds are actually my favorite model of all time from Jordan brand. In fact, I have the highs right here. This
Favorite Jordan model. Man, for me, it had to be a pair of fours. I just don't even know what colorway, but
the 2012
These are smooth for
version.
sure. 11s are
Has
smooth.
that
I again haven't had a
classic
pair of
red
11s,
shoe tree,
but I
and I
do
also
want me a
have the
pair of
one
cool
that
grays if I
started
get me a
right
pair of
after
11s for
that.
sure.
I like these so much, but I'm not really a big fan of the lows. Now, in fact, the 2015 version, I did have it as well, and it's a little bit different. One
Yeah,
thing
the
that I want to point
lows,
out is
you can
that
get
it had
around with
a
them, but
red
it's like,
liner.
I don't know.
This one right here has a
Kind
black
of like
liner,
to each his
which I
own. Like
think
for me
looks
personally, this
better.
is a
It kind of
pass.
gets
I'm
closer
not
to
gonna
the
lie, because this
regular
is a
eyes
low
as
specific,
well.
right? Yeah,
But
it's
I
a
don't
low
know, man. I kind of
specific.
feel like Jordan 11 lows are not the best. Maybe I'm biased because I do like the highs better. But I also feel that they
Which is
kind of have
understandable.
a cult going on where people go ahead and buy every single Jordan 11 lows because they like them that much. But either way, if you like the Jordan 11 Bred lows, it is a fire sneaker to get. Again, for the spring, the summertime, they're releasing at a very good time. But for me, since I do have the highs, it's just going to be a pass.
For sure. Little Disney Plus ad. I bet. We got the April sneaker releases. Now these are going to be general sneaker releases, not just Jordan.
Talk about different
So that being said, let's go ahead and see what we got.
That I want to talk about is the Nike
It's going to be a Nike.
Air Max 95
I knew it.
OG neon
Bro,
colorway.
I swear I've seen this so many times in like sneaker drop videos. Like I feel like I've reviewed this multiple times. It says first release coming out on the 4th and second release coming out on the 18th. I wonder why. But this is going for $185, man. Count me out.
I guess not
no
so
cap. Like
Jordan,
I'm not paying $185 for these sneakers right here.
Brand. Set to be releasing
I want to see what you got to say
on April 4th and then second on April 18th
for a
price of $185. I say first release date because on April 4th they're gonna release on LA, New York, Chicago, more of a local area type of
that's
release.
interesting.
And then
Why would they do that?
On the second release date of April 18th.
Wait, what places do they pick? LA, New York. Oh,
and then a wider release on the second release date of April 18th
why.
on the sneakers app and other footwear websites as well. This one right here looks very fire, very clean. I don't have any Air Max 95s and I'm not really sure why, but it just kind of happened that way. But these right here probably are going to make it into my collection. This is definitely a classic colorway for sure. Either way, the sneaker has a nice gradient effect from gray to like a sharp.
Can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. Maybe in the future I might change my mind, just like those Nike Air Force Ones. And if y'all don't know already, I used to hate Air Force Ones in high school, but they just might grow on me. I'm not gonna lie, they just might.
And again, it's one of those Air Max 95s that is just a classic for sure. Ones that I think that people don't necessarily get a lot of Air Max 95s, but if they do, they get these. And I just need these in my life. I'm going to say that right off the bat. So because of those reasons, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a cop. The next sneaker that I want to talk about is the Nike Kobe 6 Protro in the Dodgers colorway, set to be releasing on April 13th for $190. Fire colorway for sure. One that got kind of released and undefeated by raffles and local drops. And of course, everybody pretty much missed out on that.
You know, it would be super tough. I don't know if you guys have seen those football inspired sneakers, but I ain't gonna lie, if they would have changed this one, since I know this is a Dodgers collab, if they can, because I've seen in football, they have like cleated basketball sneakers. Like you got Jordan ones that have cleats. So if they put these in like with like some baseball cleats, I know they're a little different from football cleats, but if they did that, pretty sure it wouldn't be that tough. This would be a hard collab.
But now
imagine the whole Dodgers wearing some Kobe's
on April 13th
through the sneakers app. I'm not sure
about other footwear websites, but either way,
they hard though for sure.
Blue, skin in
definite
the top,
cop.
number 8.
Bro, and I gotta get back into hooping, y'all. And I low-key want to bring hooping to my channel, but I don't know when the time is gonna happen. But I can't wait because I want to do like 1v1s. Man, I'm telling y'all, I used to be raw
sneaker for sure.
And hoop it.
The first time that we
y'all
saw
can really get the ones.
with,
if y'all want the ones, man, comment down below. Matter of fact, and we can really run that. Even though I haven't hooped in a little minute.
Opening night type of game, and everybody pretty much went crazy for them. I'm really glad that Vanessa went ahead and signed another deal with Nike, so they can keep on giving us more stories about Kobe.
I didn't even know that happened.
He was a big fan of the LA Dodgers, a supporter of his city for sure. And
man,
again,
RP Kobe and the Passengers
that they're releasing these right here. Now, I think that they're also going to be really hard to get because we have ballers trying to get these, Kobe heads trying to get these, and then the regular sneaker enthusiasts trying to get these. So needless to say, enter as many raffles as you can. If there's any other ones that you could enter, I'm going to go ahead and say, of course, that this is a cop. Up next, we have another Kobe release, and that is the Kobe 8 What the Kobe's, set to be releasing on April 13th.
I don't even gotta say too much, y'all. Super tough.
Fire sneaker for sure.
Super,
and
yeah. He knows his timing. He knows it.
That April 13th date might
for sure
change,
paying $190 for these, even if it's 200 something.
Has the same release date, so just keep that in mind.
And I have fun fact, y'all. I've only had one pair of Kobe's in my entire life, and those I beat to the ground. I'm telling you guys, they used to be fire. They were like some like snake skin type of print on them. I don't know the exact colorway. I was like low-key a little kid, but they had like a glow-in-the-dark sole. Man, them were so fire. I think I gave them to my cousin, something like that. But man, low-key wish I kept them.
Probably the best What the sneakers of all time. This is probably
the
most popular one for sure.
I got to see them all to say that, but this is tough.
All the way back in 2013.
For sure.
It literally has 30 color combinations between both sneakers. I think that they look very fire, busy, wild. Again, what the type of vibe, of course, but they're going to be impossible to get. I'm just going to say that right off the bat. Enter as many raffles as you can. And if you think that the Kobe Grinch was a problem, these are going to be even a bigger problem. So I don't think that I have to say anything else. You already know.
I know
the
them
vibes,
Grinches
right?
were tough.
So this is a cop. If you love Nike basketball sneakers, well, you're in luck. We're going to go ahead and talk about the KD4 in the Easter colorway, set to be releasing on April 18th for $130. The KD4,
very good price point, I'm not going to lie.
Best KD model, period. I mean, it kind of
reminds
me of that whole Nike basketball
Man,
era,
what y'all know about Carlos Vega hooping?
Nike
I did not know he hoops.
But either way, this colorway, of course,
wait, what did he say about basketball?
Where it was peak Nike basketball.
Oh, he's talking about like
but
the
either way, this
era
colorway, of course, is pretty much mint green all throughout. Strap in.
They're tough. They're tough.
Mint green.
It's kind of bridging that gap of a copper pass, because I feel like they're just okay. They're not a bad looking sneaker. I just don't know if I'll cop, because I don't know if I'll wear them a lot.
It is definitely a fire colorway.
They're cool to me.
Have these back in
I ain't gonna lie, they're in the middle. I can't really pick copper pass.
Is it better than a Galaxy, than a Nerf, than a Weatherman? I mean, they're clean, but not that clean. You feel me? So at the end of the day, I don't think that these are gonna do that well. I'm gonna put it like this: if the Nerf went on sale for like $100, I don't think that these are gonna do any better. So I expect them to sit. And since I do like those other colorways, and I have those colorways, might as well say that this is a pass. Up next, we have the Adidas Kobe 2 in the silver metallic colorway, set to be releasing sometime on April. There's no official release
date. Man, I can't believe people back in the day were hooping in these shoes right here. Like, I guess you got ankle support. Like, I don't even know what to say at that point, but them is crazy.
For sure.
They look super heavy too. I've never really been into hooping in heavy shoes.
These are also called the Crazy 2s.
But you never know.
Of course, because of copyright purposes. But these are definitely pretty interesting looking. Let's just say that.
No cap.
Fit in the era that we're in right now. Like Adidas and other sneaker brands always release like these crazy wild sneakers. Me, for example, if I was
it is the Crazy 2.
Display them, I wouldn't wear them. Probably get like a Kobe jersey or something like that. But if I'm gonna get something like this, might as well get like a Lakers colorway. I don't know if these are gonna do that well, to be honest with you. If you are a Kobe fanatic, I'm pretty sure that you might go for them. If you want to collect,
they kind of remind me of, like, from this angle right here, like it's the Jordan 12s. I'll put them on the screen, but y'all let me know if y'all feel like they kind of resemble that, like, especially from the front.
These are probably gonna be it for you. But either way, these
without
were
the laces,
obviously, in the early 2000s.
We got LeBron wearing them.
Was rocking a pair back in the day.
That's
so
what's
I feel
up.
that these should be pretty easy to get. I don't think that they're the best looking
still
sneakers. So for
recording?
those reasons, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is a
He is indeed
pass.
still recording.
That's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed.
That's it already, man. Carlos Vega, that was a good video. I'm not gonna lie, man. To leave it off, what was my favorite all-time release? I ain't gonna lie, it probably had to be either these Jordan 1s right here, that we had seen early on in the video, or those What the Kobe's. I'm not gonna lie, the What the Kobe's I was met with a lot. Where they at right now? These ones right here, these is definitely tough. With that being said, y'all let me know which ones y'all rocking with the most. Let me know which ones you want to cop. With that being said, go ahead and leave a like and a subscribe if you like this type of content. And with that being said, if you do want to see some more sneaker release content and want to keep up to date, go ahead and click up here.